Today's verse has echoed through the centuries, and it is still steadying hearts today. Paul writes in Romans 1:16, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes." Gospel is an old word, but at its heart it simply means good news. And Paul is saying with conviction and with joy, I am not embarrassed by this good news of Jesus. And when we remember who he's writing to, those words carry even more weight. Paul is sending this message to the Christians living in Rome, the very center of an empire built on pride, achievement, and military strength. And yet Paul says, I'm not ashamed of the gospel, because the gospel carries a completely different kind of power, God's power. God's power comes to us through Jesus, not in force, not in dominance, not in the kind of strength the world celebrates, but through humility, through surrender. Paul isn't just making a bold statement, he's reminding us that the gospel is meant to be lived, not hidden. It's meant to be shared in ways that people experience the love of God for themselves. Because when someone encounters that love, the kind that meets them in their weariness, their questions, their ordinary, everyday moments, something shifts. Hope rises, hearts soften, lives open up to the possibility that God is closer than they thought. That's the power Paul is talking about. And maybe the invitation for us is this, to live unashamed of that kind of love, to carry it into conversations, workplaces, families, and friendships, to let our words and actions engage and impact people with the gentle, steady, life-changing love of God. Because this good news, this gospel, is still powerful, it's still saving, it's still changing lives, and it's still worth sharing.